So lots of talk on the Hill, but will this return end up equaling progress on any front? Let's get to our company, both from the nation's capital, Amanda Terkel of the Huffington Post, Jackie Kucinich of the Washington Post. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so Amanda, let's start with immigration. It sounded last week like Speaker Boehner was taking on his colleagues for being gutless on immigration reform. Now he's kind of backing off a little, it sounds to me, turning it once again on the president. But what are the chances that he will be able to move his caucus at all, change any minds on immigration?
There's very little chance. I mean, Eric Cantor put out a memo on Friday laying out the House GOP's priorities for this spring, and immigration was not mentioned at all, even though that it's something that both Democrats and Republicans, many lawmakers in both chambers, have said that they would like to see get done. Many voters obviously would like to see it get done, especially voters and lawmakers in maybe swing districts with more Latino voters. But it just seems like there is very little appetite amongst many members to do anything before the midterm elections because it could be a tough vote for some people.
Yeah, and it almost sounded, Jackie, when we heard from Kathy McMorris Rogers, who's also in the leadership, and she talked about trying to get something done by August, that there is this really compressed timetable that once you get through the summer, the total focus is going to be on campaigning. And so if anything's going to get done, it's going to have to get done pretty quickly, right?
Right, exactly. And, you know, Republican leaders don't want to do anything to hurt the fact that they pretty much right now have a lock on the majority. If they have a vote on immigration, it's going to expose all sorts of divisions within the Republican Party on that particular issue. So they want their members taking votes that make them look good, like some of these repealing Obamacare votes that we've seen so many of. While, you know, we talk about them a lot in the press, they aren't hurting Republicans in their districts.
And we look at all of the things that they're talking about on the Hill, of course, now in the context of the election in November. Let's talk about the wage issue. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid went straight to the floor yesterday. He attacked the Koch brothers again, kind of setting the stage for tomorrow's vote in the Senate to raise the minimum wage. Vice President Biden also pushing that whole issue of income inequality. Take a listen.
What they clearly value, this new Republican Party, is more tax cuts for the wealthy at the expense of the middle class, because they genuinely, this is not a class argument, because they genuinely believe in their hearts that that's the way in which you build a 21st century economy.
Amanda, clearly the Democrats think that this is something that works for them on the campaign trail, but the question is, can they get anything done on that?
I mean, Democrats are definitely going to take up this issue. Democrats are having press conferences and conference calls on it today. They're going to continue to push it in the vote. And it's incredibly popular with the public, which is why they continue to bring it up. And it plays into what President Obama has addressed as this growing income inequality and providing opportunity. But it is tough for Republicans because it is so popular with the public. So it doesn't look like that it will even pass the Senate and get enough Republican votes, get enough Republicans to get on board, and it's certainly not going anywhere in the House.
And in fact, the new poll in your paper today, Jackie, kind of mixed on which party is scoring with which issue. Democrats better on middle class, women's issues, raising the minimum wage, same-sex marriage, and immigration. But Republicans still score on handling the federal budget deficit, cutting government spending, and gun control. Look, what do you read into this poll? What's the message here for the midterm?
Yeah, one of the things is it also says that they want Republicans still to run Congress, and the president's poll numbers have sank in this. Minimum wage, it doesn't look like right now it's enough to surmount what the American people think about the economy and how they think the government is managed. So, yeah, it's a really good issue for Democrats, but it doesn't look like it's trumping some of the larger concerns that are out there.
So they're back, they're talking. We'll see if they actually accomplish anything. Amanda, Jackie, good to see both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, President